What's going on, guys? This is 1-800-FREEDOM with Insurgency tips and strategies. I've only been playing this game for a few weeks, and I have to say I love it. I didn't think I would because of sort of what I've seen. It seems like a slower play style. I'm more used to Battlefield 3, and I know you can play it slow on Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 or whatever, but I generally try to rush. I'm a little bit more aggressive than I should be, but this game actually caters pretty well to both if you can learn the maps and know the routes people take. And this game mode is Firefight, which is sort of like Conquest from Battlefield, and many other variations have been used throughout the other games in history. But this one is a little bit different, where if you are killed, you can only be respawned if a teammate captures an enemy objective. And three objectives: if you capture all three, you win. If you kill all the other teammates, I'm sorry, if you kill all the other, don't kill your teammates. If you kill all the other enemy team, then you can win the round that way. But anyways, this is Firefight on Market, I believe. So the next map will change. But anyways, I hope you guys like it and enjoy.
Hey, everyone else is gone! Get out of there! We're getting Alpha! Damn it, they got Bravo! Look out, they are attacking Charlie! They're reaching Alpha, look out!
I tried.
That was really good.
Yeah, that clutch though.
Jay, you suck. I'm most valuable player.
So am I.
No, you're not. Freedom.
Oh, this is a fair team.
Stop whining.
Here's a quick look at typically what I run with loadouts. I usually forego either the pistol or the grenades, and I'll definitely skip on the ammo vest unless I'm carrying C4 and need an extra one. The reason is I typically don't use a pistol. I know if I run into too many people to where I can't down them with the assault rifle. I know with that first video I showed, it's probably the exception. And I'm glad I had it there, which you'll run across times and you're like, shit, I wish I'd not gotten rid of that. But it's very rare, and I'd much rather have my main rifle stacked with the foregrip. The AP ammo is clutch.
These
I don't
graphics though.
really need a sight. Typically I run irons if I have an extra point or so. It depends on the class you use. You get different discounts on points. Then I'll throw a Cobra on or something, but I'm not using long distance sights very often. And the grenades, if I use one, I stick with smoke or flash. Frags usually don't run with that. Like I said, I'd much rather stack my primary. Definitely want to run heavy armor. At least I do. I think it slows you down a little bit. I'm honestly not that sure. I've only been playing this for maybe a few weeks, but heavy armor has saved my ass so many times, just giving me an extra shot of damage to take or an extra second to get around and flank.
You need to leave the game right now.
Did I actually stab a guy? I think I...
Rick, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You should find yourself a safe house or a relative close by. Lay low for a while, because you're probably wanted for murder.
I think I... Yeah.
Hey, who died last?
So if you haven't noticed, this is definitely Firefight, not Occupy. I got confused, I guess, with some other footage I'd been taking, and some other rounds I was playing, but definitely Firefight, Conquest-ish, sort of like Battlefield, but with the modifier to it that you can't respawn unless you capture a point. I typically run side routes. I try to stay away from the middle.
We are taking Bravo.
There's a lot of other players on the other team that do the same thing, so you gotta be careful, but generally I try to push as fast and hard as I can, sort of recklessly almost, to the deepest part of the map on the sides. And then once I get to around the halfway point, I'll sort of slow down and start checking corners and doors and clearing stuff. But this is really dumb. I don't know how I didn't die, but it looked awesome, so fuck it. Took a damage there. This is where heavy armor is clutch. And a peek, fire, kind of distract. I don't even know if I shot him or not, but I'm just going to reload inside, give him that verbal cue that I'm still inside when my guy reloads. And then I'll peek out here, checking corners along the way. And sure enough, he's sitting here waiting for me to come out. You'll see that all the time. People just, once they encounter you and you're inside somewhere or you're kind of barricaded where they can't get to you, they will just wait. So flanking is the best option.
Alpha is hot.
Fuck! Motherfucker!
Carry.
That must have hurt.
That's
I mean,
sweet.
that really must have
Yeah,
hurt.
okay. Sweet shot.
Those bastards will look us coming here.
Ran a little bit of a different route this time, kind of stopped before the halfway point. I got that guy on the ground and caught one running past that window, and then I think I got this guy in the second pass, but that's where that foregrip is nasty, is controlling that recoil. Just short little bursts like that. Recoil in this game is not too difficult to handle once you kind of adjust to it, but it's definitely a little bit more challenging than most other FPS games I've played. Pushing through this building here, I see they're taking B. I think they're taking it. It could be us, but I just wanted to check it out, give it a little overwatch. This is actually a pretty risky place to be in because across the street there, that's from their spawn, and it's kind of hard to see through that smoke. So if you find yourself here, just make sure you keep an eye out on that from the side. Shot from a teammate there, and got one to draw here. A lot of times, if you're not sure where they're at, it's kind of a risky gamble, but you can sort of just pop a shot or two and see if they take the bait.
A pace? Stupid.
It's the fear of God. It's the fear of God.
Reloading.
I think we're still down a guy at this point. We've been down one or two pretty much all these matches, but we've done all right. And it's sometimes actually beneficial to have one or two less people on your team. Not always, but sometimes you can get that guy that if you're like trying to hide and taking a base, this guy just comes and stands in the open or takes shots and blows your cover. But these guys have been pretty good. And you can see I'm running the same route. I usually run the one or two routes in a map, and I typically run them no more than twice in a row. You want to switch it up, not just for them, not just for them expecting to see you again, but for your own sake. Give yourself a different strategy, a different approach, and keep them guessing. If you're on the security team and you're pushing through this doorway, there's almost always one idiot, kind of like me there, and you can get behind that box I just passed, and you can kind of wait and see who pops through that doorway. And that garage down there, if you're on the insurgent team, if you can get through that doorway, a lot of times there's one or two standing there just watching B, have no idea, and you can kind of get the drop on them. These windows too are usually almost always filled with people trying to shoot down at B, so it's worthwhile to check them out on the way through if you're trying to get around the edge of the map.
The enemy is attacking Bravo. Great, we took Alpha.
Approaching doorways and corners, I really don't like peeking corners. The reason is a lot of times your gun will give you away, and they just sit there waiting for you to pop out and they'll, mow you down. Sometimes you don't. You're not as far to the wall as you should be. You should be a little bit closer to the edge in order to peek out and actually get a good view. But this goes back again to what I was saying. If you get that close to do that, then your gun's going to be sticking out unless you have a pistol. So I generally avoid peeking, and I'll sort of just rely on twitch reflexes as I go around the corner and catching them off guard. I was totally expecting to die here. I hate taking this base, and I hate being in this pit. I mean, they almost always cap it there. Anybody. I haven't played this map enough to know a better place to cap B from, other than the van or the ditch there.
They just took Alpha.
I stopped at that doorway down below because of the smoke outside. And anytime you see smoke like that, it's generally a bad idea just to run out into it. You'll see that people do that all the time. So they think, well, I've got cover. But, whether that was your teammate through that or an enemy, you can't see. They probably have a better vantage point than you do. So try to find another route.
Damn it, they got Bravo.
And this guy had the right idea with the smoke, but for some reason decided not to be in it. That's sort of a gamble, I guess, when you're using smoke, to either be in it and conceal yourself, but not be able to really see people coming, or to sort of stay to the edge of it and be totally exposed and in the fetal position, but be able to spot people coming. However, he really accomplished neither, so he did. Caught this guy creeping up behind me. That van's actually pretty clutch, but if somebody was in the center alleyway from their spawn, they probably could have sniped me. So, again, trying to find the best place here to cap, but I made it, so it works.
You can't stop me no matter who you are.
How am I the most valuable player? I was AFK for that whole round.
I was experimenting and I was going into the enemy territory peacefully, and nobody accepted me into their tribe.
I went into your territory. It was nice.
Alright, well, I'm done with that. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It probably hurt.
Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed. This is the first of many to come, so like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Leave a comment below, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, thanks for watching.